week, starting with Dalla by Navy Blue, talking his shit. One of my favorite Navy Blue songs I've heard. Anxiety, the new Sleepy Hollow song featuring Doechii,
Fire
is so insane.
Fire. That tape has been really good.
That was maybe my favorite, maybe my favorite song of last week.
That intro's hard on there too.
Yeah, no, Doechii is incredible. Rhythm and Blues, the new Ira Star song.
Yeah.
That was awesome. The Cleo Soul project I've been listening to a lot.
Fire, bro. I'm only like 3 songs in though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro, but I've just been hearing everyone talk about it.
Yeah, it's really good. And then most importantly, just been slapping the fuck out of the Teezo Touchdown album. Listening to that pretty regularly. It's definitely the number one thing in my rotation right now. One of my favorite projects of the year.
You see that we're kind of like coming at him on socials though, on like Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were coming for him, but they were like, there was one blog that posted some crazy shit where it was like, Teezo Touchdown sold under 8K units first week. Are you guys still listening to this type thing? But the way it was positioned, it was like, bro, like, I feel like for Teezo, that's like an accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what he's been bro, it's his first project.
It's his debut album.
And I think it got hyped up by like, you know, Drake coming in and all these people kind of like co-signing. But like, realistically, he's only gonna do so much. It's not about first week sales for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem and the disconnect is there was a lot of hype. And it was a lot of hype from people that don't make music even similar to him.
Yeah.
You look at who he was featured on. He's featured on a Tyler, the Creator project. He's featured on the Travis Scott project. Featured on Don Toliver's album. Drake is shouting him out. These are a bunch of hip-hop centered artists, aside from Tyler. You know what I mean? Who still is primarily hip-hop. And Teezo isn't even living a hip-hop world. So now we have mostly hip-hop fans excited about this project, and they listen to this shit and they're not at all familiar with post-punk sound, and they think it's corny, and they're like, why the fuck am I listening to this?
Mm-hmm. Post-punk is how you would describe this?
No, but I think if they had any context into the post-punk world, I think people would understand this music more.
Who's like
I think the Steve Lacy fans should like this album.
But who are the Steve Lacy fans though? Because he is
the entire world. Who
no.
But
he
kids.
But he faced a similar problem with Bad Habit. First, people didn't know more than 30 seconds of the song. Remember that was a big thing.
Yeah.
And then second, too, when they were going to his shows, they only knew Bad Habit, and it was like it wasn't a good like synergy between the crowd and his performance.
I'm not saying that he makes music like Steve Lacy. I'm saying he makes music for the same people that like Bad Habit. For the reasons that they like Bad Habit.
For like the right reasons or the TikTok reasons?
I think it's the TikTok reasons.
No, I think it's for the right reasons.
And like that's the same way because the target audience.
Yeah.
I think that this was an album geared towards the youth. Mm-hmm. And I think that on top of that, the industry co-sign, I don't know if that necessarily translates to projects historically. Mm-hmm. I think that it creates hype and it's a good moment and it's good to add validity to things, but I don't know if that's going to necessarily make you stream crazier unless them type of niggas is giving you a direct feature on the album.
Agreed.
All Drake did was just post on his fucking Instagram story.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think Teezo was making music for like, it's pretty straightforward and it's like positive messaging. You know what I mean? I know like when we were listening to it, we said it was kind of like, I kind of said Disney Channel. I didn't mean it like in a negative way, but it's like, you know, it's for kids. I think like a kid could get it. I think a 12, 13-year-old could get the messaging on it because it's not explicit. Mm-hmm. Are there any explicit songs on there?
There definitely are, bro.
I feel like there are.
I don't think there is. I really don't. Like I could be tripping completely.
I mean,
but
that
like,
song is like definitely an explicit message.
Explicit message, but you know what I mean?
Undertone. It's kind of like when you watch back like a kid's movie and as an adult and you're like, oh man, there's a lot of like weird like jokes in here.
That's literally what this felt. Yeah, look it, bro. There's literally two. You thought and I don't think you see me. That's what I'm saying. And I felt like that when I'm listening to the album. It felt exactly like being an adult watching a kid's movie, which is interesting because this nigga's an adult, but like this is his first debut album.
Teezo Touchdown age.
I'll give you that, but I will also think that it's like being an adult and watching an excellent kids movie. And I think the disconnect between us is you don't watch that shit.
And I don't.
And you never claim to be somebody that'll go back and watch like a really fire kids movie and enjoy it, and that's fine.
Yeah,
me,
but I'm not.
I'm watching the fuck out of Shark Tales. I'm definitely gonna go back and watch fucking Shrek. All that, you know what I mean? And I'm into that. Because I think when it's written really well, even if it's geared towards children, I think it can still be really enjoyable.
I'm not saying it's bad at all. Like this is not a. I don't
Yeah.
think this is like a bad project. I think Teezo did exactly what I think he was supposed to do. I think that it's just like I didn't know what his project would sound like.
Yeah.
And this is what it sounded like. And this is not only, this isn't what I think he's going to sound like artistically. I think this was his first offering to the world. And I think that this set him up for success because I think he's going to get a lot of looks off this and get positioned in a lot of the right places. I think this is going to be a really good sync album probably.
Yeah, he's already in Taco Bell commercials.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm all for it. I'm all with it. You know what I mean? I don't think that I'm the target audience yet, but I think there's moments that I can really, really appreciate on the project.
Yeah.
You know, there's 2 songs I'll go back to. That song and Sweet.
Yeah. Both
Them
incredible.
And Neighbor.
I love that.
You know, like that song?
No. I don't. Yeah, bro. There's no point in being negative because I cannot emphasize enough that it's not for me.
Yeah,
You know what I
sense.
mean?
Yeah.
Just from a subject matter standpoint, like what he's talking about on a lot of the songs on the album. But when he is talking about that romance shit, like on that 2 things, I can see eye to eye with him where he's going on that, and the message really translates.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
a
Is
good
incredible.
project.
Is an incredible song.
That's a good project.
I like that project a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.